Hey everybody, in this video I have probably the best video I have ever brought to you guys. I know I've said that before, that I'm really excited about a video, but in today's video I'm here to show you that I finally got my L046 zebra plecos to spawn. And you know what, I can't say the word finally because it didn't take much effort at all. I bought 4 adults 2 or 3 months ago, and they looked like 2 males and 2 maybes, maybe female. As it turns out, there was a female in the group, she was ready, and I have a spawn. There are eggs in that cave. So the night prior to this, I saw what looked like it could be trapping. I did take this picture, but I also had just turned the lights on in my basement, so I figured it could have been 2 plecos racing to the same cave. As it turns out, it was trapping, and for their first time trapping together, it was remarkably fast. They trapped for 1 night, and the next day I had eggs in the cave. And also, shout out to Pleco Ceramics because I have 3 or 4 different types of caves in here, and they chose the Pleco Ceramics size small cave. They really do seem to like that one. So it's probably not super easy for you to see the eggs, but if you look just under the male's body, you can kind of sometimes get a glimpse at them. I run all my tanks, including this one, the same way, and I did a whole video on that, but basically it's just 2 large sponge filters, a heater, and an automatic drip system that adds 70% of the tank's volume each week and mixes it in with the existing water and then overflows into a drain. So I'm adding 70% of the tank's water a week, but it's not really a 70% water change. It's something lower, and I would not even be able to figure out that equation, but that's because the water's mixing together. I figured all of that was okay. The tank size was fine. I run 20 longs. For the 4 I have in here, I could probably add 1 more. I've run groups of 5 or 6 on Hype and Citrus before with no issues. I was just wondering about the water flow. I don't have a power head in here. The only water flow that comes in this tank is from the 2 sponge filters, and I wasn't sure because there's lots of stuff online about how zebra plecos like the water flow in front of their cave. I wasn't sure if they were going to spawn for me, but this kind of just goes to show that they will spawn in these conditions, and I'm really glad that they did because this kind of justifies my setup, and now I don't need to get a power head because clearly this works for them. Alright, so this is day 5, and one of the eggs has hatched. I have the first living spawn of L046 Pleco in my fish room. He's out of the cave. I was really kind of hoping that they'd all stay in the cave at least until they absorb their yolk sac or for a couple days after hatching. I can't really tell if anybody else hatched though. It looks like it could just be him. You can get a much better look at the eggs now, and it looks like maybe there's another tail in there maybe, but it looks like it's tough to tell if they've hatched or not. So I'm really torn on what I'm going to do next. I was going to leave them and let nature kind of do its thing and leave them in the cave and let them exit it as they absorb their yolk sacs, but this guy's out right after hatching. He left the cave, or he was kicked out of the cave. I don't like them wandering the tank really with just a yolk sac, so I think I'm going to probably put him in a breeder box. I know that Pleco Ceramics does this usually shortly after they hatch, and I usually try to follow a lot of the stuff he does. So I'm going to try to move these guys, swish some water in and out of the cave, and move these, hopefully, wigglers into a floating breeder box. Okay, so this is day 8 or 9, one of those 2, and we had some lessons learned here. So I did swish the cave in and out into the breeder box, and what I found was that one wiggler, which I did scoop up the wiggler, I put him in the breeder box too, but that one wiggler was a super premature hatcher because none of the other eggs had hatched yet, and none of them looked like they were super close to hatching. They all seemed like they were still maybe like half a day to a full day away from hatching. So I had 15 eggs in total. When I swished the cave in and out, the whole egg bundle came into the breeder box, and I don't know what happened. I don't know if it was from my intervention or if something else happened, but it looks like I did have 15 fertilized eggs, but only, 8 of them or so made it to the full hatching point. The others just kind of died, and then 2 more of the fry died, so I'm left with 6 out of the 15. I'm a glass half full kind of guy though, because this is huge still. I've only owned L046 Pleco for like 2.5 months, and I already have 6 fry that all now seem very healthy and seem like they're going to make it. So lesson learned here, I think I'm kind of just going to let nature do its thing next time, and if one of the fry leaves the cave, then I'll scoop him up and put him in a breeder box, but for the rest of the fry, I'm just going to let them hatch naturally, because I'm not sure if it had something to do with my intervention or not, but it probably did. I shouldn't have meddled with things. I probably got a little overexcited with my first spawn here, but it's a lessons learned kind of thing, so at least with my zebra plecos, I'm just going to leave them alone and let the fry come out when they're ready. But anyways, I'm hoping I'm kind of on cruise control here now, and these 6 healthy fry will absorb their yolk sacs and take to whatever first foods I feed them. And, you know, we'll be smooth sailing from there. I can get them introduced into the tank once they've reached maybe 1/2 an inch to 3/4 of an inch and let them swim with the adults. And yeah, this is just a big development for me that I was finally able to get these to spawn. Now I'm looking to, you know, set up some other groups of L046. So if you have any, you know, any spare sub-adults or maybe even young adults, anything over maybe 2.25 inches, feel free to shoot me an email. I would love to buy them off you. But yeah, stay tuned for more stuff with zebra plecos and more stuff with the next thing on the list, which who knows what that'll be. I'm kind of interested in L397, also kind of interested in the L236 super whites. I've been working on the snow white bristlenose. That's still a mixed bag if that's going to work out or not. They just seem to be both fragile and super aggressive, way more aggressive than normal bristlenose, so that's been a little bit challenging. I'm also going to be starting up with albino L333 and the Pleco ceramics line of gold AA L3333. I think I might have added an extra 3 there. But yeah, very excited. So if you found this video interesting in any way at all, hit that like button down below. Comment down below with your own experiences with L046 or your own goals that you hope to accomplish with this species someday. And subscribe to my channel if you're new to the channel and you want to see lots of great Pleco and aquarium and fish content just like this. And as always, thank you for watching.